Hey, how's it going, everybody? This is Etho, and welcome back to another episode of Beef's Trading Card Game. Oh, I mean the HermitCraft server. If you guys have been watching, you know what's happened. Like, pretty much all the hermits are addicted. They can't stop playing Beef's Trading Card Game here. It's amazing. It's so much fun. Dare I say, maybe a little bit too much fun. I've probably played about 30 to 40 games of this in the last month, and it's really bad because I'm so addicted, and someone will say in chat, hey, you want to play some TCG? And I'll be like, oh yeah, sure. Sounds like fun. And then we'll play it and we'll spend the whole evening on it, and it's like, oh, I didn't get any videos made for you guys. I'll be like, oh, it's fine. I'll do the video tomorrow. And then tomorrow comes around and someone will say in chat, hey, do you want to play some TCG? And I'll be like, sure, that sounds like fun. And then we play another day of TCG. And you know, you might think I'm exaggerating here, but I'm pretty sure Cub and Joe are playing TCG right now. I could go join them if I wanted to, and I do. I really want to have some fun with TCG. But I'm going to try to be good and say not today and actually get a video made for you guys. I got a bunch of things to show you. I have gotten some stuff done in between the TCG games, and hopefully we'll get to some base building today as well. I got a bunch of plans for that. So first off, I just want to show you the tunnel. We worked on this last episode. Everything except for the crimson wood was in here, and now I got the crimson wood all the way down. Yeah, so check this out, everybody. I want to show you my goofy little tree farm here I used to get all the crimson wood for that tunnel. Like 3 shulkers of this stuff. This is really goofy because it's not fully automatic, but yet I still love this thing. This is my new go-to whenever I start a new world. It doesn't get much simpler than this. So we have a bunch of piston pushers, and we're trying to arrange the logs from the trees into a 9x9 square, 5 blocks tall. And then we just let a TNT off on the obsidian here, and it does a big harvest for us. All we need for redstone to make this thing work is this over here. There's like nothing to it. We have a clock running. That sends redstone up a staircase here to activate 5 pistons that push the tree over. And then we just have another observer clock over here that activates the dispensers. If there's no bone meal in the bottom one, then it doesn't work automatically. So we have that option as well. If we want to save on bone meal, we can go just in manual mode only. And the way that works is you stand in over here, get some fungus, hold right click, and in no time at all, you'll have a bunch of trees grown. I don't know why, I just love this little tree farm. It's so simple. And that's all you gotta do. And each time we get about 2 stacks of wood or so. Yep. So at the moment, this is what our base is currently looking like on HermitCraft here. And honestly, there's not a lot going on here. Not a lot of coordination, not a lot of stuff built. We've kind of just been focusing on collecting resources and farm building up to this point. And from here on out, I'm hoping every episode we can get a bit done on this. And today especially, we're going to work a bunch on it to try get it settled in and sort of to pick a more definitive theme to it, because at the moment it's pretty generic, you know, like water, sand, stone, grass. Those aren't really that exciting of blocks. It's pretty standard. We're gonna go for like an alien organic theme is how I would describe it. If you remember our base season 7, the ender chest room had like the blue terracotta, purple, jungle wood, sandstone. We're gonna kind of take that as our launching point, that color palette, and expand on it. I want to throw in some copper blocks with it. I want to start using mud, packed mud. Even the warped wood I think could work as like, especially for an alien feeling build. I think this would look cool with mud, and it's got that purple hue to it, so that's good with the magenta or the purple terracotta, and the blue tinges go good with that. And a lot of these blocks kind of complement each other in a way. Like even like the copper here, you see how it's got the little purple splotches in? Kind of goes, looks like magenta, right? Jungle woods are sort of our main heart of the base though. Like this looks good with the packed mud, I would say. Looks good with this green color, looks good with the purples, looks good with well, maybe not so much the blue, but it looks good with a lot of stuff, right? So hopefully we can make that work, and we'll see where we go with this. To get us started though, I gotta fix these stairs. I need to do a little bit of a changing with them. So at the moment they're like very straight at the bottom and then really crazy at the top. The problem with that, we want to kind of smooth it out a bit more, because at a distance You see there's like a big cluster there. When you have a lot of sharp edges like that, it creates a lot of shadows. And your eyes kind of go to the center of the staircase here, which is not ideal. We want to spread that out so you don't really focus on anything here. Aha. So in addition to fixing the stairs, I think we're going to add some azalea trees all along the sides and see what that looks like. We'll hide lighting under that as well so that the staircase can get lit up somehow. And there's probably a few more blocks we'll be adding in with that. Like, for example, I just realized, oh yeah, mushroom blocks could look pretty good with those two especially. Oh boy, if I've learned anything from this project, making a large organic staircases is not my specialty. I've been struggling a bit with this. But after a bit of fiddling, I think we're in a much better state. It's still not perfect though. I'm much happier with the shape of it now. The texturing might need some changing here. Like we put mud bricks in the middle just for a bit more variety, so it's not just jungle wood. I think that's a good call, but when you're on the staircase, it looks a little chaotic, right? A little crazy. From a distance, though, this is the main thing I was trying to achieve. I think it actually looks pretty good now. So that's the main way you're going to see it. But let's move on from the staircase, finally. We're going to make a gate, a tunnel. At the top of the staircase here, that's going to lead into the base. I gotta really force myself to build big here. I'm not used to building big in this game. I usually go for small and detailed. Now we're going big, right? So usually I'll only ever make something 1 block wide. I'm going to try and make the mud here 3 blocks wide, just for a bit of bulk. That's going to be the main thing we see on the gate. And then we're going to mix in some other colors here and just make it unnecessarily wide, just for the sake of size. All right, so let's go check this out. I think we got a much better curve on this now. I don't know about you guys, but I still just use like dirt or moss for scaffolding. I cannot stand real scaffolding. Haven't been able to figure it out yet. I think that's a pretty good size, right? A good starting point. Oh yeah. Oh, the sun is setting. I want to see what this thing looks like at nighttime. We got pretty much a whole gate done here. We're moving quickly through the building because I want to get to a bunch of stuff today. But yeah, these are the weird alien colors I'm talking about. Like we got the magenta and then the copper is a nice bright highlight color we can use in our building. And especially when you pair it with like the warp vines as like pillars, it looks really weird, right? I used a bunch of plants up there to sort of sell the organic theme we're going for as well, but also because it's a nice contrasting color for the purple terracotta. Right now it looks a little funny though because it's on its own there. So my next order of business, I think, with this build is to try and make that make sense. Because I just threw it in there because I thought it'd be a good idea, but it's just a bunch of random plants, right? I want to try maybe build a giant tree, possibly on both sides, that will sort of branch over top the gate and then make it look like it's part of the tree. Okay, so I think we had a little bit of success with that idea, but not entirely, right? Like it sort of looks like the tree merges with the gate a bit. I tried to build it leaning to the left towards the gate as best as I could here. And it may be like we could consider up to there as part of the tree. But it doesn't really explain the rest of the gate. So we either need another tree on the other side or some more plant stuff on the top. It looked funny, just the tree itself on top of the land there. So I tried to build some roots that hang over the side. And we used some of the mangrove roots to do that. I really like this block, actually. It's really cool. And I think that did a good trick. We kind of blended it into the stone a bit as well. And also we got some mini trees on the side here. Just filled in the grassland we had here with some bamboo. We got some spruce leaves, some podzol, some tall ferns, and all of these are capped with strings, so we don't have to worry about them growing. Let's check it out from a few different angles here. I think we have to be careful now not to add too many more leaves to the top there. It's already looking like I maybe went a little overboard with it. But overall, I think it's pretty good. The tree, I think, looks okay from most angles. That's the thing I always struggle with, is trying to... Oh, maybe not this one. Trying to make it look good from all angles, right? You gotta really fill it out properly. All right, everybody, we are on a mission here. First up, we're going to pay a visit to the rocket shop. Ah, yes, the rocket shop. Why the rocket shop? Because they sell rockets here, right? Maybe upstairs. Yeah, we're going to be doing the Elytra course that Xisuma has set up. And I'm going to be blowing through a ton of rockets here. We got to get a few more. Wait a minute. 15 diamonds, 11 diamonds, 4 diamonds. Oh, whew. Whew. Okay. Yeah, you know, I might be the richest hermit on the server, guys. Maybe. Might be me. I'm gonna go for the 11 diamond price if it's not certain, you know. Why pay more when you can pay less? All right, let's check this out. So I think this is the portal right here. Elytra course, yep. Here we go. Read me. Welcome to Xizuma's Elytra Cave course. To the right, the prize. A full box of oxidized copper. Look at that, everybody. And I saw apparently Beef is giving TCG tokens for this as well. 5 for first place. So, you know, I'm not very competitive or anything, you know. It's not really me. I like competitive things because they're fun, you know? But I don't really take them too seriously. As long as I get at least first place, I'll be happy here. When recording a timed run, deposit a diamond in the bear. Oh, you gotta pay for this? Oh, no, I didn't know that. Record your time in the book located on the finishing platform. Okay, so I guess I only have a certain number of runs here. Oh, you can do practice runs. Oh, okay. Well, we'll do that first then. Yeah, we're just going to do a few practice runs to begin with here. This is going to be our first one. I think we just fly through these bone things, right? I don't know how, like if we're supposed to get close to them or... Oh, I landed on the ground. That's probably not good. Okay, it's not too bad. Oh. Plan that. Yeah. Whoa! Oh, this is a little trickier than I thought. So I think the trick with this is to spam the rockets. Except when you're going down, maybe it's faster to use the Elytra then. Yeah. Whoa, what in the world? It just ends here. Oh, up over here maybe? Yeah, okay. Oh dear. Oh, that's the end over here. So what are we dealing with? Xisuma's got 45, Cub 29. Oh, Wells actually beat his time, 28.4. That's something. Okay, cool. All right, we have started doing official runs, everybody. I've done 7 practice runs. I noticed it says rib bones will guide you to the end, but you don't actually have to fly through them, which is something I was wasting time on. So let's just make it to the end, I guess. All right, here we go. And I'm spamming rockets quite frequently here. Yeah, so I guess even here I don't need to fly. I could have went around the columns maybe. It would have been a little faster. This part's like nice and easy. Then it gets like really crazy all of a sudden right up here. There's like a big drop. Yeah, and since I don't have to fly through it anymore, I'm not going to worry about that. Just going to make it to the end nice and easy. And look at that. Oh, that was much faster. I think, hopefully. Let me check the time. This is a little weird, but I'm going to take you guys into editing mode so you can see how I get the time here. So that's where we jump. I think right around there is the jump at the start. All right, so that starts our time, and then the end is when we hit the platform. And about there, I would say. So that's we'll add a little extra. So 29.1 is our final time. Good stuff. All right, so I believe that puts us in second place here. 29.1. Wells is in first, and I didn't see this before, but it says 1 entry per hermit. So I don't know if that means 1 official entry only, or like edit it yourself because Xisuma doesn't want to do it, and it means 1 entry in the book only. It's not very clear. I'm just gonna do the 1 official run though, and we'll call it good there. I'm happy with second. Back to building. All right, we're gonna try to get the tunnel built now into the base, and this should be fairly simple. We're just gonna take this copper frame we have, like the shape here, and extend it, almost make like a rib cage of copper, probably up to here, and we will put the warp stem on top of the copper blocks here. And what are we gonna do for the floor? I think we're gonna carry the staircase theme up here. So the brown color. Do I have... Oh, I do have one. Awesome. Okay, so maybe plan for like 3 blocks wide will be the mud bricks. And then we'll probably have some plants on the sides of that. Oh, snappers. You know what, guys? I think this is actually my first time really building with the new copper blocks. They're not really new anymore. I haven't really done anything with them. Usually when I use them, they're just in their final stages, the final blue color. But I've used them for the earlier stages in this build as well, all in the ceiling here. And I gotta say, they're actually really tedious. Like, you gotta take them to the stone cutter, and then you got slabs and stairs, and there's the solid ones and the square ones. You gotta pick, like, so many choices, right? And then when you go to place them, you gotta scrape them with the axe and then put the wax on. Then you find out later you missed waxing some of them, so you gotta pillar up and wax, like, scrape and wax the ones you missed. And we got it done though. It's all good. But yeah, we got some jungle logs mixed in here. I love how they look next to the copper blocks. And then with the mud, we put some cobbled deep slate. These are the frog lights. We got yellow and green mixed in for a bit of variety. The nether sprouts and stuff I think are gonna look really good with our alien sort of build we're going for. And this color looks really nice with bright pink, I think. Couple pink tulips in here. Jungle wood goes up into a sort of an arch, and I tried to stagger these a bit so it goes low, high, low, low, high, low, just so it's not consistent all the way through. It's a bit more variety. Also with the cage, like the rib cages here, you'll notice the last one, it kind of constricts a bit. It's a bit bulkier, so it feels like we're going into a smaller area. While on the outside, it feels like we're getting freed, right? We're going out to the exterior here, outside, with all the space. Little subtle details like that no one would ever think about unless I pointed them out. So I have to point them out to you guys. Anyways, let's take another break from building. Let's check out some other stuff we've been up to on the server, shall we? Yeah, so last episode I gave you all a little teaser of what's to come here with the boat race nether tunnel. So I've started a side project with Rendog. Rendog made an awesome boat race track back in season 6. He's the expert, right? So I wanted to get him involved, and we're building a giant racetrack together using the natural rivers in Minecraft. Instead of like placing all the ice ourselves, we have thousands and thousands of blocks of rivers that we're trying to connect together and turn into a giant track for all the hermits to race in. There's so many rivers that have frozen over here.
Okay.
It's up to us to figure out like how we're gonna connect this all together, but it's like, it seems to just keep going on and on here. We got these nice straightaways. We got these natural bends in the river. I think this will make a very nice course, actually.
This is very curious to me because Speedy Pines was a... Ooh, this is a tricky little bit here. It was a completely artificial race course. I built the entire thing from scratch. This is almost built for us, right?
Yes, so I'm hoping this will cut down. Oh, this is what I saw. I came to this area before. There's like hills you go into. Okay, there's a random village here. There's so many cool areas to discover as well.
It's just like one guy that lives out here.
Yeah, he's the lone villager. It did end here. Yeah, okay, so there are some areas where we might need to plow through and build our own roads as well.
Okay.
We fly up and we might be able to see if there's anything. Yeah, there's another river right near here.
Okay, so there's going to be bits where we'll need to do some terraforming and connecting up.
Yeah.
I have a question. Oh, look at this.
This one looks better to me. I think this one's better.
Oh, this is epic. Okay, I have a question. This ice over here where we're on now, in these biomes, is this ice all at the same Y level?
Yeah, it should be. So that's the only downside of doing the natural thing, is it's going to be completely flat, right? We won't get all the wacky jumps and stuff and that kind of thing.
You know what? I'm kind of like a boat race purist. I don't like the jumps and stuff. I want big drifts. That's
you want a drift? Do you want speed? You want precision, right?
First around the island wins. That little island over there. Okay.
With the trees on there?
1, go. Yeah.
Go. Oh.
Ooh.
What's happening here?
No.
Oh no, I hit the rough.
Here we go. Ooh.
Oh, I don't see you, Red. Where are you?
I'm right. Oh no, you just overtook me at the end.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so fun. Also, that was a naturally produced part of the course, right? That would be like a perfect section of the course. I guess the question is, Etho, how big do we want this course to be?
I want it big, Ren. I want it really big. I'm tired of these little tiny boat races we always do. I want the Grand Prix.
Okay, I'm down.
This area would be really cool, actually, because we got like these cool mountains and stuff. If we set a course that kind of ran through the islands, this would be a more of a curves and stuff area, maybe.
Yeah, this is fantastic. Plus, you'll have random polar bear spawns that might be obstructs on the track, which is pretty interesting.
You know, like that Mario Kart 64 level with the penguins? We got polar bears. Yep. So that was a few weeks ago when Rendog and I first met up to discuss our plans for this project. And you can see this is later now, and those plans are starting to take some shape here. We got a pretty good amount of track down already. Basically, from the starting line, I went one way, Ren went the other way. So I'm just going to show you my section of track here today. I think I built this in about 4 hours. It goes very quickly, actually, because we don't have to place any of the ice down ourselves here. It's all made for us. But I'm mostly concerned of just getting the track down first, and then later we'll go through this and refine it, add more interest to it, you know? Obstacles, shortcuts, widen any tight spots we might have. I'm mostly concerned about just getting the track functional, just in case, you know, it's happened before where we kind of burn out on a project and it never gets finished. At least if we burn out this way, we'll have a good section of track finished, even if it's not super fancy or anything, you know. Anyways, as it is right now, it's pretty cool though. I think we got like a minute of the course done, maybe a little bit less, 45 seconds or so. But yeah, you can see it's maybe a little tight around here, especially. But basically, this was the width of the river. And I'm just trying to copy the natural terrain as much as I can. Over here especially, I need to fix. And then this leads out to Ren's area over here. And he's got a bunch done as well. He built like a cabin, or he's working on a cabin. And the starting area. So lots of cool stuff to check out. If you want, you can go check out Ren's video on what he's done. And he's also been streaming it. And getting a lot of work done, which is really cool. If you guys have ideas for this, let us know as well. Another kind of cool, kind of weird project I've been working on recently here is a deck drafting system for Beef's trading card game. So if any of you have ever played Hearthstone, you might know the arena mode in there. It's similar to that, where you have to pick between 3 different cards and build your deck until it's full that way. Which means a lot of times you're getting choices you don't really want, and you have to sort of fill in the weak spots of your deck and try hodge together something that actually works, right? It's a lot of fun. It's almost like a game within a game, building your deck. So I've made one of those for Beef's trading card game. This little redstone device here. I haven't really tested it yet because I haven't had enough cards to properly test it. But I think it's functional. And let's do a little test here. So let's say we got 49 cards in here. Hopefully we'll get those all back when we're done here. But the idea is we would put 126 cards into this chest, and you pick between 3 of them. So in the end, you should end up with 42 cards in your finalized draft, which is exactly how many you need for a game of TCG. Yeah, so after you figure out what cards you're going to enter into the system, you hit the button. We're just putting random cards in just to show you how this works. Those get randomized and then put into the minecart over there. And every time it gets 3 cards, it distributes them to the 3 sections here. Takes a little while to get it going at the start, though. Okay, now it's distributing them. And our first set has shot out here. Those also get randomized one more time. I have like some stacking protection with this system, so it'll be a little bit more random. It's really hard to get true randomization in this game, and I can't just copy that trick Xisuma did with the hopper minecarts, because this works a little different. Anyways, as you can see, we got our choices here. We got 2 stresses and a double builder. Let's go for the double builder. So we right-click the note block, made our choice, and then we get our next randomization here. Let's go for a B-dubs. The cards we pick end up in this barrel. The ones we don't pick end up in here. So to be honest, I'm not really sure the ideal way of using the system just yet. I kind of need to test it a bit more, but I don't have enough cards to do it. But like one way you might play is maybe you just pick your 126 best cards from your collection and then use those in your draft. And each player does that. I think whatever you choose, like whatever rules you want to draft by, both opponents need to follow the same rules. I think that's kind of key. But another way I could see this working is maybe, like, the game has 10 different types in it. Maybe you pick 3 of those as a minimum. So you'll have maybe Terraform, Miner, and Explorer. And then between those types, you're allowed to choose however many items you want, but that number must be equal for all 3. So let's say that number is 16. So I got 3 plus 13, 16 Terraforms, 16 miners, and 16 explorer items in my deck. So that would be valid because this is equal between the 3. Now, even though we have 3 different types in our pool of 126 cards here, that doesn't mean our final draft of 42 cards must have all 3 types in. We might try to aim for just 2 so that our deck is more consistent. But in order to successfully draft for just 2, we might need to increase the number of items in it. So maybe we aim for 20 terraformers if we're aiming for terraformers. But then we'd have to increase all of these to 20. And that dilutes our deck, and we wouldn't be able to have as many effect cards in our choices. So it would be a big balancing act, right? To try to find the ideal thing to do here. So let's do a little example here. Maybe it looks like miner is my weakest of these 3 choices because I only have 1 double miner, while I have 3 double explorers and terraformers. I also don't have many miner hermits, right? So I am required to keep the miner cards in my pool, but I can remove the hermits if I'm not aiming for those. Okay, so maybe that's what we do. How many do we have here then? I think that should get us pretty close to about half. Okay, we got 24, 16, that's 40, and 30. So that's 70 of our 126 cards. And oh, look at that. It's almost like I added already. We got 56 effect cards here. Now, there might be some rules. Like you can see, I got 6 TNT in my effect cards. Maybe there's a limit of 4 or 5 for the specific hermits and effect cards. I don't know. But I don't have enough other cards to really test anything else. So let's run this through. We got 126 cards in our pool, and we should be able to do a proper draft with this and try to make a valid deck, I think. Awesome. Okay, so we got our pool of 126 cards we're going to draft from. So now we hit the button, and those are going to start funneling into our randomizer. I'm not sure how much it matters the order of these. I tried to put the stacked ones at the start just to see what happens. See how random our randomizer actually is. Hopefully it'll spread those out and we won't just get a bunch of items in a row. Okay, that's the last card. And now it's starting to distribute them, and we can start our draft here. Cool. So again, I'm trying to avoid miner in our final draft. So let's pick not the miner cards. Let's pick the Terraform Scar card. Just a common Scar. He's not super great or anything, but yeah. Oh, that's a rare pearl. That's my favorite card. Oh, chest is really good too. Double explorer would be good. This is a hard choice. Anytime during our draft, we can check what we got in our final draft here and see what we need. Like I got 1 hermit already. Do I want another hermit already? Yeah, let's pick it. Pearl's too good to pass up. Okay. This is a hard choice. So miner, double miner there is good, but we're not aiming for miners. Double explorer is probably better than a regular terraformer, even though we only have terraformer hermits right now. We're going to get explorer hermits later, I'm sure. Okay, single explorer. I'm going to go for the flint and steel. Oh, golden apple. That's one of the best cards in the game. Definitely picking that. Rare pearl versus double terraformer. Ooh, that's a tough choice. I think I gotta go for the double terraformer, just because we have so many hermits already. Actually, to be honest here, with a drafted deck, Composter is probably a lot better than usual, because we're gonna have a lot of junky cards that we want to get rid of and draw better ones. Oh, netherite sword. That's an ultra rare, 60 damage. Coarse fruit's pretty good. And rare pearl, my favorite card. I have to pick it. This is tricky. Maybe we'll go for the ZF here. Just to start getting some explorer hermits, and that's a good one. Ultra rare clock versus ultra rare fishing rod. Oh, don't do this to me. Those are two of the best cards in the game. I had to pick the clock though. Probably just netherite, ultra rare netherite, 60 damage, pretty good. I'm gonna go for another hermit. Leads are very situational. How many ZFs do we have? Just the one. We have one double explorer, two singles. Do we go for another explorer hermit or pick the extra item now? Probably go for another explorer hermit first and then try to get more items later. Ultra rare fishing rod. Easy choice. Okay, this is tough because I think we're almost done with our draft. We're probably at around 30 cards here or so. Which is tricky because netherite sword is extremely good, but we definitely need more explorer items. That's the cool thing about drafting, right? Like sometimes you have to pick the worst card just to make sure your deck is more consistent and viable. I'm gonna go for more items. We need more items desperately. Just about have enough terraformers, I would say. We're at 8. Let's go for one more. 9. But we really need more explorers. I was not really picking too many of them. Okay, it's coming together at the end here. We'll get another explorer. And oh, we'll go for another one. Miner's useless. Coarse fruit is nice, but we need more consistency here. And that's it. That's the draft. I think we're empty. Cool, cool. Let's double check. We got 42 cards out of that. And something didn't get lost in the system. 42. There we go. So that's our drafted deck. These are the choices we skipped out on. There's some good cards in here. We got a rare pearl I had to pass up. Netherite swords. So it kind of hurts, you know. You got to make those tough choices, but that's what it's all about. But anyway, that's kind of the idea behind that redstone gizmo there. Hopefully we can get to using it in the future when people start to get more cards, because I think it'll greatly add to the variety of games. Like right now, we tend to always use the same cards, and if that goes on for too long, it's going to get stale, right? So it'd be cool if people started drafting decks and playing by different rules and stuff. But anyway, that's about where we're going to have to end the episode. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Take care. Have a good day. Bye-bye.